All right, so the flow for today is going to take us toward Peacock. So just keep in mind it's going to be definitely a bit more of an upper body flow, working with the shoulders, the upper back, a bit of bent arm strength, and working to the strength of the back line of the body as well. So just keep that in mind. As far as Peacock goes, I'll go through a long demonstration at the very end of class once we actually get to that point, so don't sweat that too much. I have one more demonstration before we start, and this is going to be basically a movement that we're going to take coming into crow. Now, if you're just having enough trouble balancing your crow, if you just feel off, you can just hold crow, keep in mind, just take it to whatever variation suits you best. But otherwise, we're going to turn this into a little bit of a push-up, okay? So this is going to work with your control while you're balancing and work with the strength of your bent arms. Now, I'm going to demonstrate a pretty dramatic version of this here. You don't have to come anywhere near as deep into this as I do. Just being able to shift your elbows forward and back to move your body while you're balancing is going to be enough. So really just take this to whatever level suits you best. So what's going to happen at the end of each sequence is you're going to be in a forward fold as the usual setup for crow. Both hands down, shoulder width, dig your fingertips down, see the hands stay flat. And then step your feet toward each other, maybe together. So lift the heels up, stay on your toes, bring the knees out wide outside your arms. So you're going to take a flattened version of crow to come into this. And basically that's going to allow for the engagement of the inner thighs so you can keep the pose under control and recruit more of that core engagement from here. So coming into this position, set your hands down, keep the knees outside your arms, squeeze in right away and keep some tension in the inner thighs. And then as you look forward, lean, lift your feet up together, bring the toes to touch. And then what I want you to do from here is just stay flattened out with your gaze forward and keep digging down with the fingertips, shift the arms. So you're going to pull the elbows back, dip the shoulders down, maybe come down a little bit. And if you want to take this down further, you can even touch the tip of your nose to the floor and then come back up. And see about taking this, you can just come down to this level, maybe a couple inches. And again, maybe come all the way down, but try to do this without smashing your face down to the floor. And I shouldn't really say smashing, you're not going too far. If you were to fall, it's not likely to be too damaging, but we're going to try to do that 3 times. I'm going to cue this 3 times. So just work that as best you can. You don't have to shift things too far. And if you're not used to moving in crow, it can be a little bit of an experience, all right? So just feel out where you're at and really just try to keep that control as much as you can so you stay balanced the whole time. Keep your legs squeezing in and use your inner thighs to keep your core under control. And just work that as best you can. It's going to help you once we actually come in toward Peacock. And this is meant to build more strength and more control while you're balancing. Keep in mind, we'll move through the Vinyasa from there. And that's pretty much the only demonstration I have. So let's go ahead and get this started. So bring yourself all the way down to your back. And once you come down, I'm going to recommend that you set this up with your feet on the floor a little wider than your hips. Knees towards center to help release your low back down to the mat. And then go ahead, bring your arms out to your sides. Open your palms up toward the ceiling. And if you're going to have your hands at the level of your shoulders or maybe reach past your head or maybe even bring the elbows closer to your waist. But wherever you settle in, let your shoulders sink down, let your chest open up. And then just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in like this. Let your mind quiet down. And then just start to deepen your breathing here. So with the inhales, pulling as much air as you can. Fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top. And then with the exhale, just constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe here. And keep breathing like this to begin. Now when you're ready, take a deep inhale. And then when you exhale, just open your eyes. And just take things slow. With your next inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your arms down to your sides. Inhale, reach us out long. Exhale, arms to your sides. Inhale, reach us out long. Exhale, arms to your sides again. Inhale, reach us out long. Exhale, arms to your sides. Inhale, reach out long. Now, with the exhale, this time, reach forward between your knees and curl up as well. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. Now just stay here. Keep your belly pulled in, your low back down. Keep your gaze forward. We're going to go back and forth from this position. So with your next inhale, roll this out. And then with the exhale, curl this forward. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl forward again. Inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl forward. Inhale, roll out long. And then with the exhale, curl, but stay lifted this time. Belly pulled in, low back down. Keep looking forward. Bring your hands to your chest and keep your head and shoulders lifted. And then from here, just take it side to side. Reach your right arm past your left leg as far as you can. And then come back to center. Reach your left arm past the right leg. Back to center here. Reach your right arm left again. Back to center. Keep your head and shoulders lifted. Reach your left arm right. And then come back to center. Right arm left again. Back into center. Reach your left arm right. And then come to center. Reach your right arm left one more time. Hold here for a moment. And then come back to center. Reach your left arm right one more time. Hold here. And then bring it back to center. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, take hold of your knees, squeeze them into your chest, relax your head. And you can go ahead and pull the knees out wide, maybe rock a little bit side to side, but just breathe for a moment. And then if you're moving side to side, bring this into center. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, look forward, bring your nose close to your knees. Now keep your knees pulled in close, but bring your hands behind your head, interlace the fingers. Palms open, elbows wide. Keep your gaze forward, enough pressure from your hands. They can keep your head lifted like this without straining your neck. And then squeeze the knees toward each other. Now keep your belly pulled in, your low back on the floor. Extend your right leg straight forward. Keep your left knee pulled in. And then pull back and switch this out. Right knee pulls in, left leg extends forward. And just keep on switching this out and taking it back and forth. Now as you're moving, keep your belly pulled in, keep your low back on the floor. And you can take it fast or take it slow. And if you find that your low back is lifting, you're probably lowering your extended leg too far. So you can always extend that leg a little bit more up. But work the extremes here. So reach to your big toe when you extend. Try to straighten your leg fully. And then the other leg, pull the knee in close. Try to get your belly to touch your thigh. And just keep on moving here back and forth at your own pace. Now the next time you pull the right knee in, just hold that shape. Right knee pulls in, left leg extended forward. Keep your left leg straight, keep your low back down. And then work to extend your right leg toward the ceiling as straight as you can. Low back still on the floor. Now if your low back lifted, bring that left foot up a little bit higher. And still look forward. And then from here, just pulse, bouncing into that left heel. So on my count, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now draw the right knee in, then pull the left knee in as well. And extend your left leg forward. Or the right leg forward. There we go. Now reach forward through that right leg and then extend the left leg up high. Belly pulled in, low back down. I got to make sure we're doing the right leg here. And keep your gaze forward. And then from here, pulse into the right heel. On my count, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the right knee and pull the left knee in as well. And then just relax your head. Bring the arms out wide, right and left. And keep both shoulders on the floor. Now keep your knees bent like this and just take a supine twist back and forth. So bring your knees down to the right without touching the right leg toward the floor. Keep both shoulders down. And then bring your knees through center. Sink down to the left side, but still keep that left leg lifted. Through center. Bring your knees down over to the right again. And then come back through center and bring your knees down to the left. And then back through center, bring your knees to the right and just stay here. So let the knees sink down, but keep the right leg off the floor. Bring your gaze left. Both shoulders down. If you want to take it deeper or make it more intense, you can extend that left leg off to the right. And then just bring this back through center. Knees go over to the left side. And your gaze goes to the right, both shoulders down. Now see about extending your right leg left. Keep that left leg off the floor. And then bring this back into center. Go ahead, set your feet down. We'll set this up for bridge. So feet and knees about hips width distance apart. Bring the heels in close so you can flatten your low back as much as possible while you're down. Arms at your sides, palms to the floor. Keep your gaze up high. And let's take it up and down like this. With an inhale, press into your feet, squeeze your glutes, and lift up high. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up high. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, lift your hips. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, come down. Now inhale, lift up again and hold. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep digging into your heels. And then work this as a twist. So the hips stay high, but lift the right hand up off the floor. And then reach your right arm up and to the left, past your head. Try to stack your shoulders, twist the upper body. And then bring it back to center. The hips are still high. Lift your left hand. And then reach that left arm up and to the right, past your head. Let your body twist. Keep the hips lifted as you come back to center. Right arm up and to the left again. Stretch this out long. Bring it back to center here. Left arm up and to the right. And then come back into center. Right arm up and to the left one more time. Keep your hips lifted. Bring it back to center. Reach your left arm up and to the right one more time. And then come back to center here. Hips still high. Dig into your heels. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, roll this all back down. Once you come down, bring your knees back into your chest. Bring your hands to your knees. And as you're squeezing, lift your head and shoulders. Now go ahead and use this shape. Roll forward to a seat. And then once you're up, let's set it up for reverse tabletop. So feet in front of you, about hips width distance apart. Hands behind the shoulders, about shoulder width. Now palms down, fingertips forward if you can. If you want to back off from the wrist, you can always rotate your fingers to the sides. Either way, just press into the floor. Lift your seat up off the mat. And let's start to take this up and down. So with an inhale, press your hips up high. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift your hips. And then with the exhale, lower. Now inhale, press this up high. Exhale, bring it back down. And then inhale, lift one more time and hold here. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifted. You can look forward, look up, or hang your head back, but keep the hips pressing high and just breathe. Keep lifting your chest as well. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, come all the way down. Now once you're down, just take a moment, shake your hands out a little bit. And then once you're ready, cross at the ankles, roll forward, your hands find all fours. From all fours, give yourself a moment to move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let the shoulders and hips move side to side, feel things out. And then bring this into center. Let's take it further into the wrist. So keep your hips stacked over your knees, but walk the hands in close, maybe about one hand's length forward of the knees. Now I want you to flip the hands over, backs of the hands down, palms facing up. The fingertips point toward the midline of the mat. Now flatten your hands, spread your fingers out wide. And then with the fingers spread wide, keep them pointing in towards center, and then slide the hands together, interlace your fingers. Now once you found that interlace, flatten the hands, press the fingertips down, keep the palms open like this. Try to straighten the arms as much as you can. You can always bring your weight back toward your heels or lean more toward the hands to take more pressure. And then when you're ready from here, just start to switch a position. Flip your hands over, palms down. And then flip them again, palms facing up. And just go back and forth like this. Now take this at your own pace, but each time you reset your hands, spread your fingers out wide, press your fingertips down, try to straighten your arms at least briefly. And just feel it out. Now the next time you end up with the palms facing up, hold that position. Now again, spread the fingers wide, press the fingertips down, try to straighten your arms as much as you can. Keep your spine lifted. Now it might be enough to stay here. If you want to take things further, then bring your knees together, bring your feet together as well, and as you hold this, go ahead, extend the right leg straight back, touch the big toe to the floor. Now keep the right leg straight and lift the right foot. Now lower that right hip so your hips are squared. You feel that lift in the glutes. Fingertips still pressing down. And then go ahead, pulse the heel up higher on my count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right knee comes down to meet the left. Take it on the other side. Step your left foot straight back, big toe to the floor. Keep pressing into your fingertips. And then go ahead, lift that left foot. Now lower the hip and keep the hip squared. Feel that in the glutes on your left side. And then pulse the heel higher here. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left knee down. Come up onto the fingertips, down onto your heels, and take a moment, shake your hands out, loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. Now, once you're ready, come back into all fours, and we are taking this quite a bit into the upper body today. We're going to take this through a couple variations of a push-up. So to set this up, bring your knees together and your feet together as well. Keep your hips stacked over your knees. But then slide the hands in close. So the hand's going to stay shoulder width, but about one hand's length forward to your knees. Now set the palms down flat and spread the fingers out wide. Rotate your hands so the middle fingers point out to the side, 45 degrees right and left. You can always go further, and that'll be a little bit easier on the wrists. Now press in your palms, dig your fingertips down, bring your shoulders past your wrists here to start, and keep that forward lean. And keep in mind, this is what's going to build the strength, so keep your shoulders forward best you can. We're going to start and end in this position. Now pull your chest forward, look forward, take it slow. Shoulders forward, pull the elbows in. Now dip this down low. Think about bringing your chin down to the floor. And then press it back up the straight and just take it as low as you're able. Again, like that, shoulders forward. Keep the elbows pulled in, move with control, take it down low. Press back up the straight and keep that forward lean, shoulders past the wrists. Again, shoulders forward. Keep the elbows pulled in, bring this down low again. And then press back up the straight. 2 more times. Shoulders forward. Keep the elbows pulled in, move with control, try to get your chin low. And then press back up the straight. 1 more time. Shoulders forward. Keep your elbows pulled in, keep that lean as you take it down. Bring it back up to straight arms. And then just sink your seat down, relax for a moment, shake out your shoulders a little bit. I'm going to take a couple more sets, but this is going to be a little bit different this time. So when you're ready, just keep your knees together, hips stacked over the knees. And again, hands shoulder width, but still one hand's length forward of the knees with the fingers rotated to the side. Now to come into this, I want you to go ahead and step your right foot straight back, come onto the big toe. And keep the right leg straight, engage from the glutes, and keep your hips squared. Now that right leg's going to stay in line with the upper body as you come forward and down. This may be a little bit easier if you can keep that control to be a counterbalance. Now keep the forward lean, shoulders forward, pull your chest forward. And then as you're ready, shoulders forward, pull the elbows in, think about getting your chin down to the floor as that right leg lifts. And then press back up the straight, the right foot comes down. Again, shoulders forward, elbows pulled in, keep your body in line through that right heel. And then bring yourself back up. Shoulders forward. Keep your elbows pulled in. Bring your chin down low. Press back up the straight. Keep that forward lean. Shoulders forward. Elbows pulled in. Take it down low. And then press it back up the straight again. 1 more time. Shoulders forward. Keep the elbows in close to your sides. Take it down low. Press back up the straight. And then go set the right knee down. And just take a moment here. Move around. And of course, we do it with one leg back. You got to do it with the other. So bring yourself back into center as you're ready. Knees together, hips stay stacked over the knees, hands forward to the knees about one hand's length. And then go ahead and step your left foot back this time. Now big toe to the floor, lower the left hip so the hips stay square, the glutes should stay engaged. Keep that forward lean with the shoulders past the wrists. Now let's take it down. Shoulders forward, pull the elbows in, let the left leg lift as you bring the chin down low. Press back up the straight, still with the shoulders past the wrists. Shoulders forward. Keep your elbows pulled in. Take it down with control. Press back up the straight. Shoulders forward. Elbows pulled in. Bring it down low here. Press back up the straight arms. Shoulders forward. Elbows pulled into your sides. Bring it down low. Press back up the straight. 1 more time. Shoulders forward. Elbows pulled in. Bring it down low. And then press back up the straight. Go ahead, set your left knee down. Come down to your heels, shake your hands out again for a moment. And keep in mind, notice a lot on the hands. You can always go back into a wrist stretch or just shake out the hands anytime. Now, once you're ready, we're going to come into one more wrist stretch here. And we'll take this toward the peacock setup before we move on. So once you're ready, just bring your knees out wide, and your hips point the toes toward each other like you're about to come into child's pose. And then the hands come down on the line that you can draw between your knees, about shoulder width. Palms down, fingertips rotated to the sides at least 90 degrees right and left. If you can take it further, try to point the fingertips back in toward the feet. Come as far in that rotation as you can. Now set your hands down flat, spread the fingers out wide, grip the floor. Now keep your seat low, pull your chest forward between the upper arms. And then bend the elbows in so the elbows are pressing into something firm, the muscles of your core or the rib cage. And keep your chest pulled forward like this. Try to maintain a little bit of a back bend in the upper back. Now, as you grip the floor, just take it back and forth. Bend the elbows, bring your shoulders forward just a little bit. And then come back up but keep weight on your arms. And move back and forth like this. Now, as you get used to this, maybe come down deeper. Don't crash your face to the floor. Move with control. And the next time you lean this forward, stay forward. Now, keep the elbows pulled in. Keep looking forward, pulling your chest forward. And if you want to take it further, see about sliding your knees out wider. More weight goes to the arms. Maybe lean forward. See about lifting your knees for a moment. That's a little taste of Peacock. And then go ahead, set the knees down. Come down to sitting on your heels. And just take a moment. Shake your hands out. Loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. And really shake your hands out here. Let all that tension go. Now, once you're ready, come back to all fours. And if you want to stay here and move around, that's fine. You can take a little break and breathe. But whenever you're ready, go ahead, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. Now, once you find your down dog, take a moment here, move around. And then look at how you set this up. So hands about shoulder width distance apart. So press your palms flat. You want to feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs, keep in mind. Sink your chest down low to the floor. Even as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high as you can toward the ceiling. And keep that long upper reach of the hips. So draw through the belly, around the lower ribs to help lengthen your spine and press the hips up even higher. If your legs are tight, you can always bend your knees. And if you want to stay loose, you can just pedal this out and let your hips move side to side. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees. Look forward, step to the front. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips with distance apart. Deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang. Let your spine round. Let everything go long and loose here. And let the muscles of your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then once you're ready, just release any grip that you have. Keep your knees bent to begin, but then restack your spine. So just slowly round this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. So take a moment here to breathe. Set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with the next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine. Put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly, and then just release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift this up halfway. Fingertips to the floor to your shins. Lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat and step it back to high plank. Now find your shape. Wrists underneath the shoulders, palms press to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. Try to keep that lift. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep your body in line. Elbows pulled into your sides and lower with control. All the way down into your belly. Now once you're down, flatten the feet out behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. Let's take it up and down through low cobra here. So with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. With the exhale, roll back down. Inhale, peel this up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time. Now just stay lifted. Keep the lift in your upper body. Press into your feet. Take some more all the way out of your hands. Elbows at your sides. Pull the shoulders back. And then lift this up a little bit higher still. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just roll this back down. Now still, hands underneath the shoulders, elbows into your sides. I want you to lift this up just a couple inches. Bring your shoulders up, lift your head up just slightly, hover your hands. Now just point your eyeballs forward, keep the gaze forward, hold here. And then press down into your belly, keep yourself anchored. And then just lift one foot at a time. So keep your legs straight, but lift the right foot up off the floor, try to bring that heel up high. And then set it down. Now keep your left leg straight and lift it up. And then set that foot down. Right leg lifts, feel this in the glutes and in the low back. And then bring that foot down. Left leg lifts again. And then set the foot. Now from here, lift both feet up off the floor. Hold this. Keep the weight toward your belly. Keep your gaze forward. Maybe lift your shoulders and head up higher. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring it back down again. Hands under the shoulders. Elbows into your sides. Press the palms down to the floor. And we're going to take this into upward facing dog. So when you're ready with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward. Let your hips hang. Stay on the tops of your feet in this position. Keep your legs active. Work to lift the knees up from the mat. To take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes, try to pull the hips forward to help deepen and lengthen the arc all through the front. Now lift with the arms, but lift with your shoulders. Keep your neck long, keep your chest pulling forward. And then take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, pull your belly in, hips up high, back to down dog. Now pedal out. Let your hips move side to side. Now from your downward facing dog, take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, reach us up high. And now with the exhale, this time sink into chair. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now as you settle in, pay attention to your stance. Feet within hips with distance, not too wide. Big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. Now bring your hands behind your head. Interlace the fingers. Palms open, elbows wide. Pull your shoulders back and keep your chest open. Keep looking forward. And then maybe sink your hips down lower. Now lift your toes up off the floor. Keep your knees bent, but take this back and forth. Roll forward, heels up high. And then set your heels back down. Forward again, lift your heels. And then set them back down. Now one more time forward, heels stay high, hold here. Now keep your shoulders pulled back, keep your chest open. If you want to go deeper, maybe hinge from the knees and sink the hips down lower, keep breathing. And then slowly, just set the left heel down. Now push your left foot, come up with your right knee high, and take this to a figure four. Right ankle crosses over your left thigh. Now right knee to the side, toes of the right foot are curled. Keep your chest open, shoulders back. Maybe bend your left knee and sink into this a little bit. And just keep your gaze forward. Now with your next inhale, straighten the left leg, lift the right knee, and then go switch feet. Right foot down. Come to standing with your left knee high. Now press into the right big toe, slow your breathing down. Once you got your balance, hands to your hips. You want to take this to a dancer variation, so line the left knee up with the right and reach back with your right hand. Now find the inside edge of your left foot. Once you have that grip, kick in your hand and line up your knees. Keep your gaze forward, shoulders pulled back, chest open, and keep the left hand at your hip. We're going to hinge this back and forth, so put just a little bit on the right knee, and then slowly hinge from the right hip. Bring your torso forward to where you can. Let the left knee lift behind at the same time. And then hinge back up to vertical. And bring the knees together side by side. Again like that, hinge from the right hip. Keep your gaze forward, just take it slow, take it to where you can. And then hinge back up to vertical. And bring the knees back in line. One more time, hinge from the right hip. Bring your chest forward, lift your left knee. And just take this to where you can hold. Now keep your gaze forward, keep breathing here. Maybe kick into that right hand, but pull the shoulder forward. And maybe reach your left arm forward as well. Keep breathing. Now slowly here, take an inhale. And with the exhale, both hands down around the right foot. Step your left foot down behind you. Come into low lunge. And then just give yourself a moment to set this up. So deep into the right knee. Left leg straight, left heel lifted behind, and the feet are on two separate tracks, hips with distance apart. Be sure your hips are still squared. Now stay low here, belly touching your right thigh. Look forward, and then reach your arms straight back. We're going to open and close from this position a few times. So with an inhale, bring your torso upright, reach the arms up high. And then with the exhale, come back down, belly to the right thigh. Just take it at your own pace. Inhale, open this up again. Gaze forward, reach up high. With the exhale, come back down, belly to your right thigh. Inhale, open this up, keep your gaze forward, reach with both arms. Exhale, bring it back down again. Inhale, open this up, bring your torso upright. And then with the exhale, come back down one more time. Now with your next inhale, open this up, stay lifted. Left hip forward, right hip back, keep your chest open. And bring your hands behind your head, interlace the fingers again. Palms open, elbows wide, shoulders pull back. And then bring your left knee all the way down to the floor. Now once that left knee's down, flatten the left foot, come into a kneeling lunge. Everything stacked to vertical from the left knee on up. Now as you look forward, push into the right foot, kick into the left. Keep your glutes engaged, keep your hips pressing forward. And think of this as a half camel variation with one knee down. So walk your gaze up the wall in front of you. Find the point in the ceiling directly above. Hold here. Now release your shoulders to the floor. Keep your chest open. This is good enough. And if you want to take it further, maybe release the right hand and reach down toward the left heel. You can bring your gaze down. Let your chest open up to the right. Keep that left hip pulling forward. Keep breathing here. Maybe touch the heel, maybe not. Now with your next inhale, turn to center, both arms high. And then with the exhale, take a half bind right on behind your low back, palm face away. Pull that shoulder back, bring the left hand down inside the right leg. Now we're going to take a grounded twist here, pull the right shoulder back. Tuck the toes of your left foot, lift your left knee. So back to low lunge. Now keep the right shoulder high, your chest stays open to the right side. But then look down at the floor just inside the right foot. We're going to take this back and forth, moving the left leg. Now shift the weight forward to the right foot, and then back and forth. Left knee comes forward, just touch the right calf, and then step that left foot back. Left knee to right calf, keep the right shoulder high, and step the left foot back. Left knee to right calf again, and then step this back. Left knee to right calf one more time, hold here, keep the right shoulder high. Now I want to take this to revolved half moon. So as you're ready, extend the left leg straight back, keep that foot off the floor. Look to the right, keep your right shoulder high. Now see about reaching that right arm high. You can keep the right knee bent or straighten the right leg, take that to where you like, and keep your twist. Now if you want to bind this, you can bend your left knee, reach back with the right hand, maybe find the left foot. And if you have that grip, kick in your hand, let it pull your shoulder back and deepen the twist. Keep breathing here. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, release both hands down, both feet down, forward fold. Now from that fold, take an inhale, lift it up halfway. And then with the exhale, set your hands for crow, palms down, hands to shoulder width, grip the floor. Now bring the feet together, lift your heels, and bring the knees wide outside your arms. Remember taking that flat inversion. Now squeeze the legs in, start to look forward, start to lean, go slow. And as the shoulders come forward, let the feet lift together, toes to touch. Now keep your inner thigh squeezing in, and then work the push-up as best you can. Now pull your elbows back, dip your nose down, maybe come down a little bit, maybe a lot, but then lift back up and keep your balance. Again, pull the elbows back, dip your nose down, and then press it back up, look forward. One more time, pull the elbows back, dip your nose down to where you can go, and then come back up, look forward. And then however you like, go ahead, take it through your Vinyasa, and we'll meet in down dog. Now once you find it down dog, give yourself a moment here, paddle things out. Let's take all that to the other side. So when you're ready here, take an inhale. Now the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to standing, reaches up high. And then with the exhale, sink into chair again. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, bring your hips low. And again, see your stance isn't too wide. Within hips with distance, big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. Hands behind your head, palms open, fingers in a lace, palm, shoulders back, elbows wide. Keep your chest open, maybe sink this lower. Now keep your knees bent, lift your toes, and take it back and forth. Roll this forward, lift your heels, and then set your heels back down. Forward again, bring your heels up high, and then set the heels down. One more time forward, heels stay high, hold here, keep your gaze forward. And if you want to go deeper, maybe hinge from the knees and bring the hips down lower. Now as you hold this, just set the right heel down. Bring yourself up with your left knee high, and then move into a figure four. Left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Left knee to the side, toes, the left foot are curled. Maybe bend the right knee and sink your hips down, but keep your chest open, keep the shoulders pulled back, and just breathe. Now with your next inhale, straighten the right leg, lift your left knee. Switch it out, left foot's your base. Come to standing with your right knee high. Now once you got your balance here, bring the hands to your hips. And then we'll take this that dancer variation. So line the right knee up with the left and reach back with your left hand. Find the inside edge of your right foot. Now once you got that grip, just line up the knees, stand tall, right hand stays at your hip. And put a little bend in your left knee. We're going to hinge this back and forth. So hinge from left hip, bring the torso forward as the right knee lifts. Just take this to where you can control. And then bring yourself back up to vertical. Knees side by side. Again, hinge from your left hip. Bring your torso forward as your right knee lifts. Just go slow. Back up the vertical. And then bring the knees into line. One more time. Hinge forward. Bring the chest forward. Lift that right knee behind. And just take this to where you can hold. Now keep your gaze forward. Kick into that left hand. Pull the shoulder forward. Maybe reach your right arm forward as well. And just keep breathing. And then slowly from here, take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, both hands down around your left foot. Right foot steps down behind, low lunge. Take a moment just to set this up. Deep bend left knee, right leg straight with the right heel lifted. Feet on two separate tracks, so your hips stay squared. Now keep your belly touching your left thigh. Look forward, reach your arms straight back. And again, we're going to open and close this a few times. So with an inhale, bring your torso upright, arms up high. Exhale, come back down, belly touches your left thigh. Inhale, open up, look forward. Exhale, come back down, belly to your thigh. Inhale, open this up again, keep your balance, keep your hips squared. Exhale, bring it back down again. Inhale, open up, arms reach high. And then with the exhale, come back down one more time. Inhale, open this up, bring your spine upright, reach up high. Just hold, right hip forward, left hip back. Bring your hands behind your head again. Interlace the fingers, palms open, elbows wide, shoulders pull back. Chest stays open. When you're ready, just lower that right knee all the way to the floor and flatten the right foot behind you. Now just settle into that kneeling lunge. Everything's vertical from the right knee up. Kick into the right foot, press your left, squeeze your glutes and keep your hips pressed forward. And treat this as a half camel variation with that one knee down. So as your hips press forward, walk your gaze up the wall in front of you. Find the point in the ceiling directly above, check in here. Now release the shoulders toward the floor, keep your chest open, good enough like this. Now if you want to take it further, maybe release the left hand. Reach down toward that right heel. You can look down if you like. And just take that twist, maybe touch the heel, maybe not. But keep that right hip pressing forward, keep the length through the front of the body, and keep breathing. Now with your next inhale, bring yourself upright, both arms high. And then with the exhale, half bind, left arm behind your back, palm face away, pull that shoulder back. Right hand to the floor, inside your left leg. Now take this as a grounded twist. Tuck the toes of your right foot, lift the right knee. Lift your left shoulder, keep your chest open to the left side, and keep that left thigh squeezing in. And as your left shoulder stays high, just look down to the floor inside your left foot. Now back and forth with that right leg, shift the weight forward to your left foot. And then pull the right knee forward, touch your left calf. Extend the right leg back. Right knee to left calf again. And then step this back. Right knee to left calf, keep your left shoulder high. Step that foot back. One more time, right knee to left calf, now stay here. And then take this into revolved half moon. So extend the right leg back, keep the foot lifted. And then go ahead, reach your left arm high, chest stays open to left. You can keep the left knee bent or straighten that leg, but keep your twist. Now if you want to take it further, if you want the bind, bend the right knee, reach with your left hand. If you can find that grip, kick into your hand, let it pull your shoulder further back. And just breathe here. Take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, release both hands down, both feet down, forward fold. Now from that fold, when you're ready, take an inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set your hands, we're going to take it a curl again. So palms down, hands are shoulder width, dig your fingertips into the floor. Feet together, lift the heels and bring the knees out wide outside your arms. Now squeeze the legs in right away, keep this low. Shoulders forward as the elbows pull back, look forward. And then lean to lift your feet, bring the toes to touch. Now back and forth in that push-up, pull the elbows back. Dip your nose down, maybe a little bit, maybe a lot. And then bring this back up. Keep the legs squeezing in. Again, pull the elbows back. Bring your nose down, maybe just a couple inches, maybe to the floor. And then bring it back up. One more time. Pull your elbows in. Keep your legs squeezing the whole time. Keep it under control. Come back up for the last time. And then when you're ready, take it through another vinyasa. Once you come back to down dog, move around. Stay loose. And then from here, take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, bend the knees, bring them down to the floor, come into all fours. And this is where we're going to take it right to Peacock. Now, do this with me, because this is basically the wrist stretch that we were just in at the beginning of class. So knees out wide, widen hips, big toes point toward each other, maybe they touch, like you're about to come into child's pose. Now walk your hands back, and just like before, you're going to set your hands down on that line you can draw between your knees. Now palms down, fingertips to the sides, at least right and left 90 degrees. If you can, try to point the fingertips all the way back toward your feet. Now come as far as you can in that rotation. And now maybe the hands are shoulder width or wider. Maybe you bring them in closer, but find a position for your hands that allows you to bend the elbows and pull them underneath your torso. You need to get the arms underneath, keep in mind. So maybe the hands are together or maybe the hands are wide. The elbows pull in. Now bring your torso onto your arms. Now you're pressing to the ribs or the muscles of your core. Now to take this further, go ahead, flatten this out. Keep looking forward. Bring the knees out wide. That's more weight to your arms. Now keep gripping the floor. Bring your shoulders forward. Go slow. Pull your chest forward. Lean forward rather than looking down. And let the weight shift so your knees can lift. Now you can stay here balancing like this. And if you want to go further, maybe extend your legs out to the sides. That's a straddle. And if you want to squeeze the legs together, you got to lean further forward. Take it to where you can. And keep in mind, it's not uncommon for your face to go very close to the floor while you're doing that. Now, you can certainly work that setup again if you want to come into Peacock like that. Otherwise, we'll take a little bit more of a direct entry. Now, this is going to be from plank. So go ahead, bring yourself into that plank setup. Wrist underneath the shoulders. Step your feet back with your legs together. Bring your body into line. And then as you look at your hands, let's set this up. Slide the hands a little bit close to your feet, maybe 3 or 4 inches. Now, this is where you adjust the hand position. So palms down, but rotate your fingers to the sides. Again, maybe 90 degrees. And if you can go further, see about rotating your fingers toward your feet. Don't worry about this being perfect or exactly the same as the last setup. Once you set your hands, bring your torso forward, bring your chest forward between the upper arms. Bend the elbows so you can set yourself on the shelf of your arms here. Now keep some weight in your arms, keep looking forward. If you just want to move into this with straight legs, just lean and pull your chest forward. And if you're going to keep your knees out wide, walk the feet in, keep them together, let the knees stay wide, and then again, look forward, lean, take it slow so your feet can lift. Now you can take that straddle with the legs out wide, or you can bring the legs together and stretch this out. But just feel out where your balance is and take it to where you can. Now you are welcome to play with this further for either entry. And if you're ready to wrap this up, just go ahead and bring yourself into all fours, and we'll just take this into a few stretches here. So from all fours, we're going to set this up for Gomukhasana. So go ahead and bring your right knee forward to the center of the mat. And then the right foot goes out to the left side. Let's cross the legs here. Pull the left knee in tight behind the right and bring your feet out wide. Now as your legs squeeze together, come down to sitting between your heels. Let the leg squeeze, and if this is too much, you can always sit this down with the left leg extended and the right leg crossed over your left knee. Get both sit bones down. Now once you got the legs set up here, see about taking the low half of the arm bind. Right arm crosses your low back, palm facing away. With your left hand, reach back and find the grip that suits you here. You can hold the right wrist, or reach to the right elbow, or hold anything in between. But draw that right shoulder back and feel that stretch across your chest. Now you can just stay here with half the bind. If you want the whole bind, go ahead and bring that right hand up between the shoulder blades. Left arm comes from above, and find that grip somewhere in between. Now, wherever you take this to, keep your shoulders pulled back, keep your chest open. I recommend that you stay and sit this up tall. And just keep the legs squeezing. Breathe into this here, whatever combination of stretches is accessible to you. Now from here, take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, just release the arm bind, set the hands down behind you. And we're going to go from here to a seated twist. So just lean back a little bit, but set the right foot down flat outside the left thigh and keep the left heel outside the right hip. Be sure you got both sit bones down. And we're going to take this to the Lord of the Fishes. Now, when you're ready here, and you can always extend the left leg, keep in mind, but the right hand sets behind you. Inhale the left arm up high. And then with the exhale, bring the left elbow down past your right thigh. Now sit this up tall, crown of the head toward the ceiling. Look back over the right shoulder. Use your left arm, press into the right leg, and keep extending and twisting. Breathe as deeply as you can. Now take a deep inhale. With the exhale, release, and just bring your hands over to your left side. Lightly open up your chest to the left. And then go ahead, turn back to center. Hands behind, lean back, untangle the legs. Now just cross the ankles, come forward, your hands into all fours. Let's take all that on the other side. So when you're ready, bring your left knee forward to the center of the mat. Left foot out to the right side, and let's cross the legs. Pull the right knee in tight behind the left. Bring your feet out wide. Now as your legs are squeezing, come down to sitting between your heels. And you can also sit this down with the right leg extended, the left leg crossed over your right knee. Take whatever suits you best. Now, once you got both sit bones down on the floor, see about taking the low part of the arm bind. Left arm crosses your low back, palm facing away. With your right hand, reach back. Now you can hold the wrist, the elbow, anything in between. But draw that left arm back, pull the shoulder back. Open up your chest and sit this up tall. If you're going to take the full bind, left hand up between the shoulder blades. Right arm comes from above. And see about finding that grip somewhere between. Shoulders pull back, chest open. And again, just keep the legs squeezing. Breathe here. Now take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, just release the arm bind that you're in. Both hands down behind you. Lean back a little bit. And let's take that seated twist. So step the left foot down flat outside the right thigh. Right heel outside your left hip. Get both sit bones down. And you can also extend that right leg forward. Now when you're ready, set the left hand down behind you. Inhale the right arm high this time. And with the exhale, bring the right elbow down past your left thigh. Now again, sit this up tall. Crown of the head toward the ceiling. Look back over your left shoulder. Use your right arm and press it into your left leg. And keep extending up as you're twisting. Breathe as deeply as you can here. Now take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this twist. Bring both hands over to your right side. Lightly open up your chest to the right. And then go turn back to center. Hands behind, lean back, untangle the legs. And then come all the way down onto your back. Now once you're down, pull your knees into your chest. Squeeze everything in for a moment. Let's take it to happy baby. Go ahead, reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees and pull down on both sides. Now draw the knees down toward the floor outside your ribs. Press your feet back up in your hands at the same time. And just keep that tension working both up and down. Work to flatten your spine, sink your tailbone down low to the floor. And then if you want to take it further, you can rock this a little bit side to side. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, when you're ready, take a deep inhale here. Draw it down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here. Let your body sink down into the mat for a moment. Now when you're ready, start to move again here, bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. And stretch this out long. Take a deep inhale, reach out past your head. And then draw everything back in. Pull the elbows toward your chest. And bring your knees up as well. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. Now go ahead, ground yourself into the mat, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. And then take a deep inhale here. Hold on to at the top. And then just let everything go. I thank you for joining class. Namaste.